You're still watching iBrand Daybreak Independence Day Special. And now time to talk money. We will be focusing on finance in marriage. Of course, you know how they say that marriage isn't a bed of roses. It's very important to discuss finance so that you don't have issues in your marriage. And the financial doctor is right here with us, Charles Fakroha. He is a business analyst and a stockbroker. Thank you for joining us and happy independence.
Good morning. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Good morning.
Morning, Samson. Yes, we said it's financial stress in marriage. Mm-hmm. Yes, but before we delve into that topic, let's look at, are we happy with money?
How do you mean?
Are we at peace with money, our individual selves? Then Nigeria itself is 62 years. Is Nigeria at peace with money? Nigeria had earned over 500 trillion naira from our various revenue sources. What have we got to show for it? Nothing. When we had our independence in 1960, there were a lot of hopes. Nigeria had financial potential, let me use that word. And we had different sources of income. Most importantly, oil and gas. Of course, agriculture was there. And the government was really spending money. Unfortunately, we had some issues here and there. 1966, political crisis, and when we got to 1967, a full-scale war. Nigeria had civil war. That's a young nation. And of course, that led to the loss of over 1 million Nigerians. And today, we are still in that financial stress. Mm. Yes, the military tried. We had a military junta, General Gowan, and he said there was no victor, no vanquish during the war. And there were massive rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reintegration, the 3 R's. 1971, 1970, 72, Enterprise Promotion Decree. Government was selling some of their shares in some of these companies. And the then head of state told us, Nigeria, our problem was how to spend our money. When, as at that time, the revenues we are getting will have been invested, divested, diversify our economy, and today we'll have been reaping the returns from those investments. We did not invest when we had so much money. And today we're talking of debt profile of over 40 trillion naira. So you can see the personal finance of Nigeria, we have not managed it very well. And that was affecting all of us today, including myself, including past government and this present government. Yes, from that 72 data till 76 change of government, 79 civilian democracy came in, Shagari, and they introduced austerity measures. Before you knew what they said, the Shagari government was corrupt and there were so many incompetencies. The government, military government came again and they rudely woke us, all of us. In the 1st of January 1984, we were told that there is a change of government, and of course this government is going to wipe out corruption. They ended up being more corrupt. And of course there were austerity measures continued. There were essential SMCO. People were queuing up to get essential commodities in the country. Before we knew what, 1985, another junta came up and said there's a change of government again. And they are more democratic. The government said, the head of state then, General Babangida, introduced structural adjustment program, which was to, and of course, we rejected IMF loan. He said Nigeria rejected that loan. And we're moving. Before you knew what, our naira was devalued. That was the beginning of our problem. Yes, the government tried all they could to kickstart the economy. There were so many agencies that were established, MAMSA, ND, so many tried to see how, but of course, the military leadership at that time were not transparent. They could not tell Nigerians when they want to hand over to another democratically elected government. And that led to so many crises. And of course, in 1993, Hope, Nigeria. That was Abiola. And of course, we saw a semblance of hope in terms of managing our finances because a businessman was contesting. And what happened? That election was inconclusive. And after that, you now had, we had an interim government, Shoneko. Just less than.
We might have to shoot straight to the
okay,
topic
yes.
because we
so I'm not,
it's
still the same topic. We're talking of financial stress, and that is what has given us that financial stress today. Because the marriage or the family is the symbol of the society.
That's
if
true.
the marriage is taken care of course, that is happiness, that is financial bliss in marriages, it will blossom to everybody in the economy. So Nigeria will not be able to manage our personal finance. Looking at all the revenues we have earned, we did not invest it very well because Nigerian people are married to the government. It's a partnership between the governed and the governed.
I see where you're going with all
Yes.
of this. So that's what brings us to financial stress in marriage.
Exactly,
so
today.
What are the factors leading to the financial stress in Nigeria's marriage?
One, we've not been able to be sincere to ourselves in that relationship. In fact, there were a lot of financial infidelity. Okay. Yeah, let me use that word. Between the people and the government.
Okay.
Then, insincerity. We're not being shown. Government officials were just carried away our money, no transparency. And even when they are found guilty, nothing is being done. And everybody became, okay. But today, we want to see what are the things we can do to begin to reduce or deal with financial stress today in marriage.
Okay. So in dealing with this financial stress, what are the things you should consider?
Yes. And when you are dealing with this financial stress, you are not saying lose your mind. Because stress, like we all know, when you have a lot of strain, both mentally, physically, emotionally, and you can no longer cope, you now begin to experience stress. One of the first things to do in marriage when you have financial stress is to talk openly. Yes, that is, you communicate. If the Nigerian government was communicating with our people very well, obviously, probably, maybe we wouldn't have been in this financial stress in which we find
Well,
ourselves.
maybe we should talk about the indicators. How do you know that you are undergoing financial stress?
A lot of bills are coming up, you can't pay.
Okay.
Yes, you can't pay. And that is giving you a lot of headache. These are things you want to invest in, you can't do it. Then that will begin to affect the quality of life of the people. Your debt profile begin to increase. And you said, okay, you want to do road, you want to do infrastructure, you are asking private sector. You are giving them some tax credits. All these, yes, government can use that, to use them because the wants of the people are so many. But I disagree with economists who tell me human wants are insatiable, but our resources are limited. No, our resources are not limited. From what we have today, from what the Almighty God has given to us today, our resources are enough to take care of the last person in Nigeria today. Even other African countries are supposed to come to Nigeria for assistance. We are not supposed to be getting financial aid from anybody in the world because the resources the Almighty has bestowed on us is enough to make every Nigerian live a very quality life.
Okay, so let's continue with the ways to tackle this stress.
We say, talk openly, prioritize together. In marriage, you prioritize together. That is, you say, the husband and the wife, you say, okay, this is what we want to achieve. This is what to do. Two of you sit down and you prioritize. The things that are more important to you, you invest in those things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another method. Then stop keeping secrets. Financial infidelity, if any secret at all, is not good for any happy marriage. We should be open. Let's forget about the past, what has happened in the past, and let's deal with the present and see how we can position ourselves for the future. So stop keeping secrets. Acknowledge and accept your emotions. We are all human beings. Yes, that make up Nigeria. So the kind of emotions we are seeing today in Nigeria, people are unnecessarily tensed up because this is collective emotions we have built up over time as a result of what? Our quality of life, which is the financial stress. You go to work, your take home cannot take you home. And I do expect to function very well. So we have seen that we have to acknowledge and accept our emotions and see how we can begin to deal with it. Avoid the blame game. Today, we are talking of independence. It is not the time to begin to blame that the cause of our financial stress is from the husband, is from the wife. All of us have contributed our own quota. So we should stop that blame game.
Accept responsibility.
Accept responsibility. And not government coming to tell me, oh, they are stealing our oil. Oh, custom is doing this. Oh, the politicians are sharing money. We should stop the blame game and face the issue continuously, squarely.
So you have the opportunity to take one more because we're pressed for time.
Turn to your faith. God bless Nigeria. That is what we should be talking about. Our youths who are trying to leave the country. Yes, we encourage them, but they are going to come back with their experience to build this country. So in dealing with financial stress in marriage, one thing we must do, very important, we must turn to our faith. Nigeria is a blessed country. Nigeria is a religious country. We all believe in the Almighty God. And the foundation of Nigeria in 1914 was based on spirituality. So in solving or dealing with financial stress in marriage, we should turn to our faith.
All right.
Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.
Happy 62 years. Thank you.
62 years independence. Thank you so much for your time on the show. As always, Charles Fakroha.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we've been speaking with Charles Fakroha, a business analyst and stockbroker, talking about personal finance and focusing today on financial stress in marriage. We'll take a break. When we come back, the show continues. Don't go anywhere.